You are now live. Hello everyone, and welcome back to another Thirsty Thursday with Paula and Courtney. Are you sick of seeing us yet? I'm not sick of seeing us yet.
No, I look forward to this.
Alright, today we're talking about oaking, and this is something that I'm super duper excited about. Not that I'm not excited all the time, but I know absolutely nothing about this subject, and Paula is going to educate me and you on the subject. So what we did is we got an oaked wine and an unoaked wine, and we're gonna do tastings and then talk about like what I noticed, what you noticed, and then talk about all the different products that we carry that can help you oak your wine or your beer, or even, I don't know, do people oak mead? I don't know if that's a thing. Yeah,
They do.
So let's start with the wine tasting then.
So I want you to start with the unoaked Chardonnay.
Okay.
Okay.
And you guys probably can't see. They probably look identical to you, but this one is a bit dark, like ever so
it has
slightly.
like a golden color
yeah,
to
a bit
it.
darker to it. So start with the unoaked.
Yeah, start with the unoaked.
All right.
So you can. It's just a Chardonnay that has not been oaked.
Okay.
Do you ever drink Chardonnay?
I'm sure I have before.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Your first drink gives you kind of your initial response. One more drink
Second
before you
drink.
can.
Okay. I'm gonna try to keep that flavor like in my head.
Okay. What do you taste?
I taste. It's not super sweet.
No, it's actually dry.
I taste like lighter fruits. I don't know. That not like cherry or.
It's not an in-your-face fruit forward.
Yeah.
The Chardonnay's not.
Yeah, I don't know.
This one's a little bit crisp. It has
Okay.
like I think it has a refreshing flavor.
Yeah.
It's not real earthy.
No.
It can be a little bit buttery. Do you notice
Okay.
that? Okay, can you?
Yeah. See, for me, and I don't know if this is for you guys too, but it's hard for me to taste flavors when I don't know what flavor options are available.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Okay. Yeah.
So when you say it's buttery, I'm like, oh, yeah, I
It makes
taste
sense,
that now.
right? But sometimes we taste it and we just don't have the words to explain it, and that's okay. You can explain it any way you want. As far as
Yeah.
I'm concerned, you can't be wrong
It
because
just
it's what you taste.
It just tastes like light and nice, and not oaky, but that's because I'm.
Right, it's not earthy.
No.
But this one's it's mild, it's easy drinking, and I don't know if you prefer. We've done a lot of reds,
Yeah.
which are more room
I
temperature,
like this a lot better.
and this is cooler. So a lot of times, people who don't drink a lot of wine start with the whites because
Yeah.
it's cold.
And it doesn't taste like peppery or
No.
like anything like that.
Right, and I've given you some big, bold,
But-
peppery ones.
It tastes I don't know how to say it, but it tastes more real than the Island Mist that we had. Like
Well,
the
yes.
Island Mist was just like fruit juice.
Well,
This
it's more of a
doesn't taste
fruit,
like
as a
fruit
wine
juice.
cooler type
Yeah.
of wine, and this is definitely more of a sophisticated wine.
See, it's sophisticated, and you can tell because I have my pinky up.
So, unoaked Chardonnay, you've got a good. Okay.
Cool. All right, so moving on to oats.
Now, understand that Chardonnay is typically oaked. So it won't say an oaked Chardonnay. Chardonnay is oaked.
So this one is unoaked.
Unoaked, and it would
said
say unoaked.
Okay, so it would just say Chardonnay.
And Chardonnay
it
is
would-
assumed to
to
be
be
oaked.
oaked. Okay.
Okay. Smell it, completely different.
Oh, yeah.
Aroma, completely different.
It is different.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah, it is different. It smells a lot like our oaking products. Okay. It's more full. You can tell. And I don't know, if I didn't know what the difference was, I wouldn't like particularly put it on an oak flavor.
Right?
But because I know that, I definitely can taste it.
Right.
Yeah. And it tastes good. I'm not sure. You know, I think I actually prefer the one that's oaked. Just because it feels like more
It's more complex.
more flavor, yeah.
Yeah. Now, I am getting a little bit of a hint like of tobacco.
Okay.
Can you see that?
Yeah, I can
Almost
see
maybe
it.
like a coffee or a tobacco. And sometimes you'll even get a vanilla.
So, is there Chardonnay? Is there a specific type of oak that's generally, or like a specific type of wood that's generally used for Chardonnay, or can it be like?
Well, you could probably use anything. It's my understanding that it's usually American oak,
Okay.
but that doesn't mean that that's always the case.
Cool. Yeah, it's
All
kind of neat. You can definitely tell the difference. And whether you're someone like me that is just starting off and trying to kind of, get to the point where they can describe the different flavors, or you're someone like Paula that drinks wine a lot, I think you can enjoy both of these wines and appreciate the like differences in them.
Right, and they would pair differently with food. The unoaked is going to be less likely to overpower any flavor. So if you had something that was really delicate, say like a whitefish, and it was done in maybe, let's say, olive oil, and it wasn't breaded, and maybe just like a sun-dried tomato or a beautiful heirloom tomato kind of thing. Yeah, I do too. But you want that to be your flavor, and this just to accompany. And sometimes if you get the wrong pairing, then they're arguing with each other.
Yeah. So what I'm hearing is Paula's gonna cook for me.
Oh, I did not hear that. I did not hear that.
Somebody says, "Let this young lady try cake bread Chardonnay." Do you know what that is?
It's the kind of Chardonnay. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Huh. I'll try anything. I really will. Someone said it's amazing. I don't know what's amazing, but yes,
I think
it's amazing.
oaking is. But would you have guessed the difference in flavor, oaked versus not?
I mean, working at this store and knowing the different types of things that you can do to wine, I think I would have guessed possibly. But someone just out on the street, I wouldn't
You hang
have
on the
known what
streets a
to
lot?
say. Yeah, I hang on the street. Oh my god.
Had to go there.
Alright, so let's talk about the different types of products that we have to oak wine.
Okay, so what you're gonna find is we have from your very traditional, which would be like your shavings and your chips, to less traditional, which would be like your spirals and your honeycombs. And you're going to find them in three main kinds of wood. Okay, you're going to have your American oaking, your French oaking, and your Hungarian oaking. All three quite different. Okay, and I even have a cheat sheet so I don't mess this up. But your American oak, which is obviously the most prevalent, the easiest for us to find here, is going to give you a little bit stronger flavor.
It's going to look like this.
Okay, it's going to have notes of vanilla with a little bit of sweetness. It can give you a roasted coffee if you're doing like a dark roast, a dark toast, or a medium toast, or medium plus. And then your fruit that it's going to bring out is going to have like a cooked fruit. So you have kind of three fruit flavors it can bring out. And you brought this up when you tasted it.
Okay.
Fresh fruit.
Yeah.
You could have fresh fruit flavor. You can have a cooked fruit flavor, or you can have a jam kind of flavor. Okay.
Yeah, and so this one was fresh.
This one is actually cooked.
Oh, is it cooked?
Yeah,
Okay.
so it's more of that cooked down fruit flavor.
Okay.
Okay. So that's going to be your American. Then you have your French. Your French oaking is a little more subtle than the American. Okay, it's also going to be a little more sweeter. It's going to bring out some tannins. So you're going to have that earthiness to it. And it says that the toast levels, as it goes up, the fruity flavor goes up. So the higher the toast, the higher the fruity quality. And it says it would go from a fresh to a jammy.
Okay.
Okay. And then finally Hungarian, which we do not have as much Hungarian at all.
Yeah,
and it's
I
a little
noticed
harder to
that
come
when
by.
I was looking around.
Yeah, maybe not in Hungary, but here it's a little harder to come
I don't know.
by.
I'm always hungry.
That one is very mellow. It has smooth vanilla, roasted coffee, bittersweet chocolate, black pepper, and it's a little harder to find.
So if you're, I don't know, I'm just taking a shot in the dark here, but if you were oaking like a red, that would be something.
I think it'd be awesome.
Like, yeah, because it would add like that
that
bold,
peppery,
bold red.
and, right.
Yeah, but you could also use it for white, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I mean, you can use it for whatever you want, but that's like what I get in my mind.
It depends on what your taste profile is that you're going for.
Cool.
Okay. So you did show the chips. The chips are great to use. We do just like an unoaked
Yeah. So we have dark,
medium, dark, and those are American, and we do the
Here.
French chips as well.
Should I'll maybe turn you guys around. I'll show you. Look at all the different things that we have here. There's so many things they have. Someone says, can you reuse the oak or should it be discarded after the batch that's done?
Well, you know what?
So
The deal's going to be, most of the time, the answer is discard. Because you have pulled as much oakiness out of it as you can through that aging process, and there's just not enough left to be worth your while.
okay.
Because your thing is, it's all about like how much contact the wine has with the oak. And if you have an oak like this, it's going to have a lot of contact. So it's going to pull that flavor out. The trouble is that oak chips float. Think about logs in a river.
Yeah.
They float.
They float.
They float. So a lot of times you're going to either have to keep submerging them until they get waterlogged, or wine logged in this case, or you're going to put them in a bag and kind of weight them down.
Sorry, I was
Keep
like
drinking. You
I was
decide
like-
which one you want.
I like went to go for this one and I was like, no, you know what?
Changed
I
my
like
mind.
this one.
Yeah. So because they float and you do want them submerged so that you get the most oaking, sometimes you put them in a bag and submerge them. We just kind of stir them under.
Okay.
Okay. But it's going to look like you're putting sawdust.
Yeah, I've seen some pictures. I think if you guys have been following our Instagram page regularly, there's a picture and it shows this guy that normally makes beer. His wife decided to make some wine.
Cool.
And he called her Mrs. whatever his little Instagram handle was. It was very cute. And we shared that photo, and it just looks like wood chips.
Yeah, like you're just dumping the stuff from when you built a cabinet into your wine is what it looks like.
Someone says glass weight.
A glass weight, yes, that works.
Oh, for putting.
So
the-
yeah, there are weights that you can buy when you're like fermenting vegetables or something like this, and you just put that glass weight in there and it keeps it down.
Oh, cool.
So that you would have a better chance of getting all your oak flavor.
Of getting all this.
Unfortunately, we don't have those.
Oh shoot.
We're still working on that.
Well, maybe next time.
And we'll add it to our list.
We'll add it to the list. The
Okay.
list that is ever growing.
It is ever growing. So then the other thing is, and when you're looking for Hungarian, okay, so your oak chips are your most common. They come in that's what you would come in any of these kits. If it needs to be oak chips come in here.
Okay.
Okay, that's common. That's super, super common. Oak shavings, we have that for our Hungarian style. And you want to show the difference in the
Yeah.
shavings? You want to talk about being able to get a whole lot of oak out of there, because you're going to be able to really get a lot of surface area there.
So it's kind of almost like someone took. Well, this probably is what it is. Someone took a vegetable peeler to a wood and just went. And it's like.
Like little curly pieces.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wood confetti.
Ooh, what a mess that would be.
Yeah.
So we have that for the Hungarian, which is, obviously you're going to have a little bit more mess when you're transferring. You're going to want to make sure that doesn't end up in your bottles.
Yeah, that wouldn't be good.
No. So you're going to just need to be a little more careful. You're going to transfer. You may want to filter. Just be careful. An easier way to get Hungarian oaking, but you'll have less surface, so you're going to have less flavor.
less flavor.
Exactly, is the cubes.
The cubes. The cubes are going to look like that.
But talk about easier to get out of your bucket.
I don't know why, but these cubes are very satisfying to me.
You could build something.
No, I just feel like dropping them in would feel very
Plunk,
satisfying.
plunk,
Yeah.
Absolutely. So the cubes are the only time we have cubes is for Hungarian oak. We have them in the 3-ounce package and the 1-pound package.
Yeah, and let's see if I can get some prices here. The cubes for that 3-ounce package are going to be $6.49 for that.
Okay.
And then the shavings are going to be. Oh shoot! Oh wait, nope, I did put it on the list. $12.99
For the pound.
for the pound.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's a lot of shavings.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so then probably one of our very most popular is the spiral. So
Because they're just cool.
well, and they're so much easier to get in and out.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah, they're yeah, I don't know if you can see, they're spiraled. You can see the opening. You can get right in there, and we have a lot of varieties here. So
Yeah,
it
there's
looks
a
like
lot of
we have a sugar maple light toast, which is new. We have a Spanish cedar, which we don't have Spanish in anything else.
Yeah, look at the color on this.
That's pretty.
It is very pretty.
Okay. The American oak, it looks like,
Dark.
which is just like no joke. You're gonna get some serious flavor out of that. Then Spanish, we said the Spanish cedar, and then I also carry a full range of the French. We don't have it out here, but there's the French light, medium, I believe medium plus, and the heavy. So you can get Spanish or American or French in the spiral, which is just a wonderful way to do this without a whole lot of mess.
And I was reading, so for 6 gallons of wine, they recommend, I mean, you can put as much or as little as you want, but they recommended a starting point would be 2 of these. So 1 package of these. A package of these spirals is going to be around $8.99. I believe that some versions were maybe a little bit more, a little bit less, but around $8.99 to play around with oaking for a 6-gallon batch of wine.
Yeah, the Spanish is quite a bit more expensive, but other than that,
Yeah. And then they also said that, you know, if you just want to use part of it, you can just snap it in half or whatever. And it looks like that wouldn't be too difficult to accomplish.
no,
So.
you could break it with your hand.
Yeah. So that's the spirals.
So speaking of spiral, let's say for example you were doing some beer and you wanted to kind of just experiment with oaking. And you're like, maybe you made a stout and you're thinking, what if it were barrel aged? But you're not really sure you want to go all in on a whole batch. That's when this guy,
This is the cutest thing I've seen in my life. It's a little baby spiral.
you can drop that in a bottle and you can just age the 1 bottle so you can test it to see if you like it.
I'm totally hearing you, but someone said that they live in Arizona and these are the highlights of their week.
Oh!
So that's really nice. It's the highlight of our week too.
We look forward to it. In fact, I was meeting with construction guys and drove back here very quickly to get here because I didn't want to miss it. Okay.
Yeah. So this is really cool. And
You can get super creative with that.
yeah, and I like that it's just like, cause for me it's like I want to try everything, but I don't want to go so crazy.
You can't commit to something and
Yeah,
end up with something you don't
exactly.
want.
And then you're like, I don't really want this, and I'm like, here, Paula, drink it.
And I will. So I just love this. And talk about a cool gift.
Yeah, that'd be really awesome.
I think these must have been huge stocking stuffers this Christmas because we sold lots of them in 2-packs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Those are the little spirals are $3.99.
Yeah.
For that.
That's awesome.
So.
All right, let's talk about these little cool honeycombs. These are new. I've not even used them yet. So we've got a red oak, a white ash, a hickory, and a hard maple. And talk about, they're drilled out so you can get a lot of surface area. They're for a 5-gallon brew. Okay, it looks to me like for the most part the toast level is medium on there. So you're gonna get a medium toast, but you're gonna be able to choose, which kind of species you want.
So the cool part about this is, like you were saying, the surface area. It was saying that the surface area is like way higher than any other thing you're gonna do. And I also really enjoy how they include the flavor descriptors on the bottom, because then you can be like, oh, American. Out of my knowledge that I have, I'll get that one. But you can look and actually say like, oh.
Look at this one. This one says marshmallow.
I know, I noticed that.
Campfire and marshmallow. That's the white ash.
Campfire and marshmallow.
Okay, hickory. Hickory smoked bacon and applesauce.
So then, you could like pair that with something that had bacon in it then, I bet.
Sure, and it would probably bring it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's cool about this one? Oh, hard maple, obviously, syrup. That makes sense to me. What's yours?
Mine is red berries, toasted marshmallow, light grass, baking bread, and butterscotch.
And what kind do you have?
Mine is the red oak.
Okay.
So, and yeah, it's the toast level is medium. So, yeah, I really like butterscotch.
What's the price
as a
on
flavor.
those?
The price on those are going to be $7.99. I believe they're all $7.99 too. I don't think that there's any variances, but yeah.
All right, let's talk about the liquid.
Okay. Yeah, I'm interested about this because it's obviously very different.
Well, and it's just like quick way.
Okay.
Okay, basically. So this one is the oak flavoring. It says it's mellow, and basically LD Carlson makes this. Same kind of thing we talked about in one of our other lives on all the natural flavorings. And this is just an oak flavoring. So you drop this in and it shows 4 ounces per 5-gallon or to taste. So and you get 4 ounces. So that's super easy.
So it's like the kiwi or the strawberry or the banana or whatever, but oak.
You got it. Yeah.
Cool.
So it's an instant oaking. You could use this for anything. This is not just for wine.
So what's the difference between the liquid oak tannin mocha and then just
all right, so this is going to be just a traditional oak.
So
now that one's going to have a mocha to it. So it's going to bring out that chocolate. A lot of oaking brings out chocolate or bittersweet or vanillas. And so we do the liquid tannin in both the vanilla and the mocha.
Okay.
And that's going to be that same thing where you put it in there, but you're already kind of guaranteed what flavors are going to be pulled.
Cool. Someone said go Browns.
Absolutely.
Go Browns.
That's this weekend. I know my house is going to be crazy. My husband will not sleep for 2 days.
Really?
Oh.
That's so funny. Todd, in our graphics department, him and John always are like back and forth.
Yeah, but Todd's Green Bay.
Yeah, I know. They're always like, they're talking.
Yeah, oh no, the Browns.
Aggressively.
Let me just tell you that this Browns game is so important, and we run a full crew on Sunday because, people shop over the weekend, and we want to make sure that everything that's purchased from Friday night until Monday afternoon goes out same day. So
this
we
place
run.
Never stops.
We do not play. We are actually giving everyone the option at 2:30 to go home. So they are. We are. So they get home in time to watch the Browns win.
Dang.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's how. I mean.
Yeah, you don't mess with it.
We do not mess with the Browns.
I'm originally from Montana, and we don't really have any pro sports teams there. And one thing that I learned, well, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't know, but I don't think that we do. And one of the things that I noticed when I moved to Ohio is you guys love your football.
We do not mess with our sports.
No, they don't. Buckeyes.
That's too all sad loss.
Yeah.
We won't even go there. We're just going to hang on to the Browns.
Yeah, alright.
Okay.
Moving on.
Last thing we have are some really cool options.
My mom called the outcome. She said Super Bowl will be Browns versus the Saints.
I hope so.
The game will be against Baltimore.
I'm hoping. We're really, in my house, we're cheering because I do enjoy Drew Brees. Everybody who knows me knows that I just think he's a great guy. So if we could just get the Saints and the Browns, that would be the ultimate game. Yes. So I have really enjoyed some kind of big hearty red wines that have been bourbon barrel aged. Have you heard of this?
Yeah, you were kind of talking about it. Actually, I meant to tell you this. So the other day I was at Kroger's, and Paula's like all about, as far as beer, as far as I know, you're about the porters and the stouts and the bourbon.
Like those.
And I saw like a Kentucky bourbon barrel aged beer, and I was like, I didn't have my idea with me, but I was like, Paula would love this. I almost bought it.
That is like my profile.
Yeah,
right
I would have
there.
bought it for you. So you're saying that this is like kind of.
I'm saying that it's gonna give us that hint.
Okay.
Okay. So I know my management staff in the between logistics and the warehouse 2 years ago for Christmas bought me this really cool wine to try, and it was a barrel aged Cabernet, and it was amazing because not only was it was a bourbon barrel aged Cabernet, and so I just love that extra flavor. But I'm also a bourbon drinker. I mean, if you say, would you like an old fashioned, you don't have to finish the question.
Would you like it?
Exactly. Give me an old fashioned, give me a Manhattan. I'm a happy girl. So the fact that one of these is a whiskey and one of these, and I think that's the closest we're gonna come, but this is a whiskey barrel chip, and smell.
Yeah.
Even through the packaging, it's sealed.
So when you're walking by this
it.
section, it just smells great. But you can kind of see the chips here. Yeah, it smells awesome.
Yes, so the idea of putting that in a stout or in a big red wine and just adding that extra little warmth in your belly.
Yeah.
That is the answer.
That'd
And
be
I'm going to
cool.
get you there. You're going to be
Are
like,
you?
yeah,
Okay.
that's the answer.
Cool.
Yeah, I may have to, string you along a little bit with some good drinks
You're
in the
doing a
meantime.
great job. You're doing a great job. You truly are. I come home from work and my husband's like, "So, what'd you try today?" I'm like, "Well,
I learned about.
I did, yeah."
Mm-hmm.
So we don't just have the whiskey ones,
No,
though.
no.
We have a lot of different ones here.
So what else do we have? So the golden agave is actually like a tequila, but you can't say tequila because it's a branded name for the.
So we're definitely not saying tequila.
We're not saying tequila because it has to come from Mexico to be tequila. So it's golden agave chips. And so if you wanted to have something that was aged but had a little bit of a tequila kind of thing to it. Speaking of, we have like a chili something cerveza, chili lime cerveza kit over here.
Okay.
We still have 10 left and that's all. But the chili lime cerveza kit, can you imagine if you did a little bit of the chili, the lime, and a little bit of tequila maybe?
Yeah, that'd be cool. I've never had a beer that is
Like a hot?
I'm gonna say savory. I've only had nothing that chilies or nothing like someone was talking about putting chicken in their beer the other day.
Yeah, I can't go there.
No,
I can't do
okay.
it.
But I've never had beer that's towards the savory or spicy side. I'm always the sweet or fruity side.
So no jalapenos,
No.
chilies.
No, nothing like that. And I just recently discovered that my tolerance for heat is a lot higher than what I thought it was. Because growing up, my mom, mom, if you're watching,
Hi, Mom.
she didn't cook with a lot of spices, so I just that wasn't what I was used to. But then in college, I started trying more spicy things and liking it. The other day, my husband made, I think he was making some sort of meat, and he put some sort of spice on it, and he was like, "This is gonna be way too spicy for you," and I tasted it, and I loved it. So I was like,
Yeah, but your taste profile's changed a lot.
yeah, yeah. So that being said, maybe I would like the jalapeno.
Yeah,
the
well,
chili lime.
my oldest son loves the spicy beers.
Mhm.
There's a local company that makes something called a hot blonde.
Okay.
He is all about that one. Now I'm not even gonna don't read into it, but
you already knew that I was going there.
no, but he really likes that.
Paula's Paula on the live, she's like, "I can't with you. Every 2 seconds you're at me."
I can't.
She loves me.
So what else do we have? Okay,
All
rum.
right.
My youngest loves rum. You can
I
get
love rum.
really creative with rum.
Rum barrel chips. Look at that.
Yeah.
Someone said the chili lime kit was too hot for me, but I'm not a fan of spicy beer.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So it is spicy, which would be really an advantage to people who love that.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's see. So rum. I love rum. Reminds me of Pirates of the Caribbean. And gin. So the gin's gonna look like that.
Do you drink gin?
I don't think I have, actually. I don't think I've ever had gin to my knowledge. Unless maybe someone put it in a mixed drink of some sort.
I love gin.
Yeah. I should try that. There's a lot of things that I should try.
Yeah. Don't do cheap gin. It's like licking a pine tree.
Yeah, I'm sure.
You need a nice, smooth, happy gin. Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'll keep that in mind.
Okay.
Moving on to cognac.
Cognac. Cognac.
Cognac.
There you go.
There we go.
Which actually I think that the cognac, because did you smell it? Smell the back of it a little bit. It's going to give you an amazing oaking flavor. Even if you're not a cognac drinker, I think that you could really appreciate this if you were aging something with it.
It smells so good. I just think it's
Because I think it would blend in.
I think it's so cool that they put this in chip format, because
I appreciate it.
can you not everyone has space in their house to
To have a whole distillery.
have a whole
Yeah,
distillery.
I get it.
So, and then brandy.
Mm-hmm. The brandy chips.
Brand, yay.
You're killing me.
Someone says, if you do the chili lime kit, start with 1 ounce. My local homebrew made it a few years ago. Okay, so maybe
that's a
you
good
could
idea.
tone it down a bit.
Absolutely. Well, you never have to put in all of the heat. I think in the natural flavorings, we do have the jalapeno flavor, and I think the habanero flavoring. So if you want to do you can go off-roading, do your own recipe.
Do we have a wine flavoring?
Yeah, I think we do.
Yeah, we might. So you could.
Yeah. But we just happen to have. I mean, I just noticed the other day we had 10 kits left, and now that we're talking about it, it'll probably go quickly. But.
Yeah. But.
All right. Well, that is what we have. But I do want to share with our viewers because they're.
Oh yeah, she's really excited about this.
I am. So we obviously have had wine glasses before, but we've been out of them forever. And anybody who's involved in logistics or supply chain knows that the glass industry is completely overwhelmed at the moment. So we can't get a hold of this glass anymore. But I was able to get my hands on a stemless. Here you go.
Look at that bad boy.
A stemless wine glass with our logo.
That looks pretty.
We just got those in. In fact, I pulled it out of the box today. I went into graphics, and Todd this was on his screen, and he was fixing making the picture out pretty. And I don't know all the words for that, but he was making it pretty. And it is not even up on our website yet. It will be up later today.
Okay.
$5.99. But what I like is it has. I'm a fan. Okay, obviously, I like to drink, but the glass.
Really?
To me, I know. Shocker. But the glass to me is important in two ways.
Okay.
I want it to feel good in my hand, but I also want it to feel good, like on my lip. Mm-hmm. And there are certain glasses that are just not comfortable.
That just aren't good.
I can tell you. I already know I'm gonna like this one because of the way it fits.
Mhm.
I know that's weird.
No, it's not. I mean, it's not weird. Like everybody has their own little thing.
Idiosyncrasies. So is that where we're gonna go?
Yeah, idiosyncrasies. I'll show you guys it again. But it does look really nice. Someone says brewing beers like cooking, less can be more with spice, and you need to find the balance. You guys are really on that chili wine. Maybe we need to do a live or something.
Well, we just did.
Yeah, I guess we did. You're right, Paula. You're right. Yeah, go out and buy all of our chili wine kits so that we can tell people we're successful.
I think they're completely right, though, and I think it's just like cooking. I'll put a little spice in, and I'll taste it. Before I put a little more spice in. Or I won't salt it, and I'll taste it to see if it needs it. Because don't put something in.
It's always good to
You can't take it back out.
You can't take it back out.
You can't take it back out. And so I agree with you. Anytime that you're putting a flavoring in, and I would do the same thing with oaking. I'd do a little bit, taste it. Mm-hmm. You know the potential of what it's going to taste like. You're the one doing it.
There was someone, I think it was in our Instagram DMs. They sent me a message and it said, "Is there any way to reverse me putting too much of something in like a 20-gallon batch?"
Darn.
And,
make it a 30-gallon batch.
Yeah, someone. I was like asking because I was pretty sure. They're like, "Yeah, make it a 40-gallon batch."
That's the answer.
I was like, "Oh my gosh!" So yeah, always just go step by step.
Mm-hmm.
Let's
totally
see.
agree with you guys.
Someone said I was planning to brew a 12% smoked juniper oak barrel imperial rye wine.
I love that answer. I would do that.
Your face was like.
Yeah.
When you brew it, make sure you tag us so that we can see it and share it with everyone because that sounds delicious.
Please do. Yeah, we love stuff like that. Absolutely. You guys are so creative.
Yeah, and thanks for hanging out with us on Thursday. It really does mean a lot to have you guys interacting with us.
It's because it's inappropriate if we drink alone.
Yeah, exactly. So, with that, have a very happy rest of your week, and we'll see you next Thursday for another Thirsty Thursday.
Absolutely.
Oh, before we go though.
Oh, what?
We have a TikTok. We just started a TikTok. We're gonna get it going. So if you're on TikTok, go follow us. It's just Home Brew Ohio, and we're gonna be putting some stuff up there.
Who knows?
Yeah, who knows what'll be there.